The following is a class on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chapter 25, text number 40 to 50, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on 24th of January 1967 in San Francisco.
Kruran Sangshareshu Naradhavan Kipami Adasya Asubhan Asureshu Eva Joneshu. This is a verse from Bhagavad Gita. Those who are deriding upon God, there is no God, I am God, they are called Asuras. Asuras, atheists, or demons. The demons, the Krishna, Lord Krishna personally says, the Tanahang Disata Kura, those who are such envious upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the result is that they are thrown into perpetual ignorance and born life after life where they cannot understand what is God. Because they want to forget God, therefore God puts them into such condition that they will never be able to understand what is God. This is the version from Bhagavad Gita by the Supreme Personality of God. That means the condition of the atheist are always abominable. Tanahang disata kruran samsareshu naranama. Samsaresh. Samsar means this material entanglement. This is called samsara. And naradhama, they are called the lowest of the humankind. Because human life is especially meant for God realization, self-realization. So, instead of realizing oneself and the Supreme Self, if one derides, it doesn't want to understand what is God consciousness, what is Krishna, he is to be understood as the lowest of the mankind, naradham. Adham means lest. Or, in other words, he is an animal in the form of a man, naradhamishu. And birth after birth, such atheist is put into the species of life where there is no chance of understanding God. There are different species we have discussed. Even in human society, there are some species or class that it is not possible for them to understand what is God at all, not even the idea. Generally, even the aborigines, they have got some sense of God. Whenever they find something extraordinary, just like lightning or a great hill or a great tree, they offer their respect. That is sense of God. Sense of God is there in everyone's heart. Unless he is an animal, everyone's heart there is. Artificially, we try to drive away disobedience. But there are other, even in the civilized society, there are persons, they are put into such a circumstances that they will never be able to understand what is God consciousness or what is Krishna consciousness. They are so misfortunate. And as soon as one becomes godless or forgetful his eternal relationship with God, then his life is immediately condemned. Sutre Purinamba Tahana Mania Vivattva Sthapi Bas Bhranto Bulia. এই তো কল্পিত অর্থ মনে নাহি ভাই শাস্ত্র ছাড়ি কুকল্পনা পাষাণ নির্ভয়. So that disciple of Prakashananda Saraswati admitted that godlessness in Vedanta Sutra is not the purpose. Actually, by misinterpreting the Vedanta Sutra, they want to establish that there is no God, we are God. So, after explanation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at least there was one convert amongst all the sannyasins, and he was glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Atakoi sei kare Krishna Sankirtan, and while he was glorifying Lord Chaitanya, automatically he began to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Suni Prakashananda Kitu Kahen Vachan. When his disciple was glorifying Lord Chaitanya and his process of teaching, his spiritual master Prakashananda said like this: Acharya Agraha Advaitavad Sthapite. He admitted Acharya means Shankaracharya. He means here Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya wanted that there is only one Brahma, and we are also Brahma. But he wanted his the philosophy of monism, duality. God and living entities separate. They do not admit. They admit that God and living entity is the same. It is simply for the time being covered, which is called Maya, Mayavad philosophy. So, the Prakashananda Saraswati also admitted that because Shankaracharya wanted to establish his philosophy of monism, therefore he had to cover the real meaning of Vedanta Sutra. তাতেই সূত্রের ব্যাখ্যা করে অন্য রীতে জানি, অন্য রীতে, in a different interpretation. He was very learned scholar. If a scholar likes to present something in a different way, just like an expert lawyer, he can get out of the entanglement of law by jugglery of words and interpretation. He's called a big lawyer. Similarly, there are philosophers who can put this different theories and not admit the existence of God. So Shankaracharya's real purpose was no existence of God, because he had a very thankless task. He was dealing with the persons who were Buddhists. They did not believe anything except matter. So for them to establish that there is God, it is very difficult. Therefore, he adopted this means that there is no separate God. We are all God. You are God, I am God. And a demonic person, if he is addressed, oh, you are God, he becomes very happy. Because he does not become responsible to any higher authority. He becomes God. He can do anything. He can perform any nonsense. Nobody is going to punish him. It is very nice theory that I become God. Because I have no more. Suppose you yourself become the government of the United States. Then you can do anything. It is very nice. I am everything. I am president. I am secretary. I am everything. Therefore, who is going to check me? I can do any nonsense. This is the basic principle of godlessness. To avoid the higher authority. Just like already in your country, that a class of youngsters who are defying any authority, not only in your country and other countries also. That has become a fashion to defy authorities. So this godlessness is also like that, to defy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no practical difference between Buddha philosophy and Shankara's philosophy. Buddha philosophy says that the matter is everything, beyond matter there is nothing, everything void, and the combination of matter is the source of our miseries. So you make a dismantlement of the matter, nirvana, there will be no more miseries. And Shankar philosophy says that Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya. It little farther advanced, admitting the spirit, but he says that spirit is impersonal. There is no God, it is impersonal. So practically the same thing. Ultimately it is void or there is no God. But Vedanta philosophy does not say that. Vedanta philosophy, from the very beginning, it asserts that athata brahma jignasa, now it is the time for discussing on the absolute truth. And what is that absolute truth? Janmadasya jata. Absolute truth is the samambonan substance from which everything emanates. সেই গ্রন্থকর্তা চাহে সমস্থাপিতে শাস্ত্রে সহজ অর্থ নহে তাহাইতে. This is the secret of modern fashionable interpretation. If you want to establish, suppose you have got some conviction, and if you want to establish it by evidence of an approved literature, just like Gandhi. Gandhi wanted to establish non-violence from Bhagavad Gita. He is known to be a great student of Bhagavad Gita, but he was not at all. His political theory was that he wanted to conquer over the enemies by non-violent method, non-violent non-cooperation. That was his theory. He wanted to get away all kinds of non-violence from the world, all kinds of violence from the world. So he wanted to prove from Bhagavad Gita non-violence. But how you can prove non-violence from Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is being spoken in the violent battlefield. But because he wanted to prove non-violence, therefore he says, oh, this Pandavas means this Krishna means this chariot means this, this Kurus means this, Dharmakhetra means this, Kuruksetra means this. He has invented and manufactured so many rascal meaning that it is very difficult. He says that Dharmaksheta, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, there is the version Dharmaksheta Kuruksetra Samavita Jujussava. Now the very word Jujussava means persons who are desiring to fight with one another. Now how you can prove non-violence? But he extracts a meaning. This Pandava means 5 senses, and the Kuruksetra means this body. In this way, his interpretation. So therefore, all different interpretation. The Vedic literature, either take Bhagavad or Srimad Bhagavad Gita or any Upanishad, the meaning is very clear. It is sheer foolishness to understand that the meaning is vague. Now I am clearing. I am a great scholar. I can interpret in a different way. So as if Vasudev left the meaning to be cleared by some rascal. You see, he was not himself competent to clear the meaning, but he left the work to be done by some rascal. That is their interpretation. But actually it is not. In every sloka, if you know Sanskrit, you will see the meaning is clear. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Khetri, Kuruksetra, Samavita Judussava. There was actual some fight between the two cousin groups, and they fought at the battlefield of Kuruksetra. That Kuruksetra is still existing. If you go to India, that there is a railway station, Kuruksetra. It is about 150 miles from Delhi, and people go there for pilgrimage. Therefore, it is Dharmakshetra, the place of religious rites. And in the Vedas, Sam Veda, I think, I don't exactly remember, but one of the Vedas, it is written that Kuruksetra Dharmajajayat. In the Kuruksetra, that place, if anyone wants to perform religious rites, he should go to Kuruksetra and perform there. It will have better effect. This is the indication in the Vedic literature. Therefore, Kuruksetra is still accepted. Those who travel, wander in pilgrimages, they go to Kuruksetra. Still, the system is going on. If there is a lunar eclipse, they go to Kuruksetra to make some charities. So Kuruksetra is accepted from the very, very long period in the Vedic age as the place of pilgrimage. So it is stated there, Dharmakshetra. How can I interpret that this Kuruksetra means this body? And which dictionary finds this meaning? But people are so foolish because Mahatma Gandhi has interpreted. Oh, it is. Right? Oh. So this is going on. So, Sei Grantakarta chahe Samat Sabati, if anyone wants to establish his own foolish theory, he takes advantage of popular book and tries to explain in his own way. So in other words, it is clear that Shankaracharya, he wanted to establish his theory of monism, and therefore he has explained Vedanta Sutra in his own way. But that is not the actual explanation. What Lord Chaitanya said, that is real explanation. All of them admitted. And this Prakashananda Saraswati, he also admitted. Bhagavatta manite advaita na jaya sthapan. Now, they wanted to establish the theory of monism, no difference between living entity and God. One, there is no separate God. Then if it is admitted that God is the source of everything, then you have to accept duality, because the source of everything and the everything emanated, duality. তাতেই সূত্রে ব্যাখ্যার বর্ণনিতে ভগবত্তা মানিতে অদ্বৈত না যায় স্থাপন অতএব সর্বশাস্ত্র করয় খণ্ড. Because the whole aim was to get away the existence of God, therefore all the Vedic literature were interpreted by Shankaracharya in his own way. Still it is going on. That process is still going on. Although there are many this explanation of Vedanta Sutra by the Vaishnava Sampradaya, just like Ramanamacharya, Madhyacharya, every Vaishnava Sampradaya has his own explanation of Vedanta Sutra. Don't understand Vedantist means the monopoly by Shankara Sampradaya. No. But people in general, they understand Vedantis means Shankara Sampradaya. Because the devotee class, they do not give much importance to Vedanta. Because they read Srimad Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam is accepted by the Vaishnava Sampradaya, especially by the sect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the real explanation of Vedanta. Therefore, they do not give any other explanation of Vedanta than Srimad Bhagavatam. And because the Vaishnava Sampradaya does not give very much importance to Vedanta Sutra, because the explanation is there, they are reading actually Vedanta Sutra, people misunderstand that the Vedantist, followers of Vedanta, is the Shankara Sampradaya, not this Vaishnava Sampradaya. That is their misunderstanding. Actually, any Sampradaya, either the Shankara Sampradaya, Vedanta Sampradaya, if they have no standing on the Vedanta Sutra, they are not recognized. They are recognized. In the Indian system, in the spiritual society, that if you have got any sampradaya particular, then you must present your explanation of Vedanta Sutra. How do you understand Vedanta Sutra? On the basis of that understanding, you will be recognized. So, the Vaishnava Sampradaya, they are also Vedantists. And because Vaishnava Sampradaya, they are concerned with the bhakti, and I am to say cult. Therefore, in our society, the Vaishnavas, they were pleased to give me this title, Bhakti Vedanta. That you will explain the Vedanta Sutra. So this Bhakti Vedanta title was especially offered to me, and do not know why. That's all. So the Vedanta means bhakti, devotional service. That is the Vaishnava philosophy. And Vedanta means for the Shankara Sampradaya that there is no God, I am God. Mimamsa kahe Ishar hai karme ranga. You know, there are 6 kinds of philosophies in India. The Mimamsa philosophy and Shankara philosophy and Nyaya. Nyaya means logic. Nyaya philosophy. Then Mayavad philosophy. Then Patanjal, yoga system. Patanjal philosophy. And at last, this Vedanta philosophy. So there are 6 kinds of philosophers. Out of them, only the Vedanta philosophy is compiled by Vyasadeva. So it is considered that Vedanta philosophy only establishes the existence of God. All other philosophies, they do not admit the existence of. They are atheistic philosophy. Mimamsak means they have decided that there is no necessity of worshipping God. If there is any God, all right, you do your duty nicely, and he will be obliged to award you the required result. Then there is no question of flattering him. That is Mimamsa philosophy. Just like in government, there are so many departments, so you need not to flatter him, but you do your duty, you pay your tax, you abide by the laws, then everything will be right. You need not worship any person. That is their philosophy, Mimamsa, karma Mimamsa. Everyone is under the spell of karma. Everyone is suffering or enjoying as the result of his past deeds. So the karma Mimamsa philosophy says there is no necessity of worshipping God. You do your duty, just like some moralist said, that what is the use of God, Hare Krishna? Just do your duty. So, but he does not know that what is his duty. The duty is only to worship God and nothing more. That is the duty. All other duties are Maya's spell only. There is no other duty. Because this human life is meant for that duty. The animals cannot execute that duty. Only the human being. Therefore, our only duty is to understand God and engage ourselves in that way. So these different kinds of philosophies are there. This is gradually discussed. Thank you very much.